we'll come back to Sean in a second. But what about the medical profession? How is your colleague dealing? This is Dr. Ramshaw, who is the psychiatrist consultant in the film, right? What about your colleagues?
My colleagues certainly have received it very well, and myself included. I think it portrays individuals who are going through the forensic system, who have committed a violent act and are recovering and are developing increasing meaning in their lives and reintegrating into the community, portrayed it very, very well. And people who I know who have seen it want to show others. And people who aren't in the mental health field, family members, my own included, have said, now I get it. Now I understand it. And they see the compassion and that it's not such a mysterious system, so to speak, anymore.
Also, Sean took the determination to say, I'm going to get better, right? It's a determination. Yes. You made yourself well. You know, a lot of support from others. But maybe I can ask Dr. Garfinkel, Paul, as a society, how well are we dealing with mental health issues, and what do you think of the film, and what else can we do to bring the mental health issues out in the public more?
You describe the film as courageous, and it is. It's also very sensitive, very sympathetic, and it's sympathetic to all parties. And the humanization through Sean is incredibly important. Discrimination occurs when we dehumanize. There is a very, very long set of experiences, including in Nazi Germany, of dehumanizing, leading to all kinds of trouble, including extermination. What happens here is humanizing all people in the story, a very touching story. To answer the second part of your question, let me just say, mental illnesses are common, they're serious, and they're neglected in our society, as they are everywhere. They're common because about 20% of us will experience a mental illness at some time in our lives. About 5% of the serious type of psychotic illness that we heard about this evening. The serious nature of the illness doesn't need any kind of explanation when we've seen this. Also understand that many, many people live lives with impairment and consequences to the family and to the community at large. And they're neglected. They're neglected for reasons we all know. They're very unfashionable. They're puzzling. We're frightened of the other, as Lisa said. In our world, we have 4 problems, particularly here in Ontario, but I think it's everywhere. We have trouble with access. 2/3 of people who have a mental illness don't get any help at all. An advisor, family doctor, school teacher. Nobody to help.
That's 6 out of 10.
Yes, and that's in a developed country. It's more like 9 out of 10 in the developing world. Immigrants, the elderly, disadvantaged economically, the figures are much higher. The second problem after access is we have huge variability in quality of care. Some people get too much, particularly in a city like Toronto. Most people get none at all. Many people get the wrong kind of care. We have a strong literature these days, in the last 20 years, showing effective treatments for mental illness. Not everybody gets them. The third problem is the one you read about often, and that is we don't have a system. It's fragmented. When you're in hospital, out of hospital, there's a disconnect. The fourth problem that drives all of this is the discrimination to the mentally ill. And my profession, the medical profession, our society, our policymakers are all guilty of not recognizing that people are all the same. Some carry one type of illness, some another. We all want the same things: a meaningful purpose, connection, fun. We want a full, rich life. People with mental illness deserve that right as much as any of us. Our society is failing this. We spend about 7% of our health budget on mental illness. It accounts for 14% of disability. Australia, New Zealand, the UK spend 10%. We're failing.